Politically Speaking with Dick Morris. Not the usual take, but a podcast from a political insider who's really at heart an outsider.
The FBI is closing in on Hillary and Obama, as well as the former director of national intelligence, John Brennan, and the former head of the FBI, James Comey. Together, these investigations are very serious and may well lead to indictments. But it's been a long, convoluted trail, so I'm going to start at the beginning and explaining how this happened.
Here is a word from our loyal and valued sponsor, Patriot Gold.
Today's All Access is sponsored by the Patriot Gold Group. The NASDAQ is partying like it's 1999 all over again, and that may signal a huge stock market sell-off ahead. The AI, artificial intelligence mania, is worse than the 99 tech bubble. Forecasts are for gold at $4,000 and silver at $50. I'll take those steady 25% gains rather than stay at the gambling table. Call the Patriot Gold Group. The Patriot Gold Group offers no fee for life IRAs to viewers of these videos. The IRA minimums are $25,000 and $100,000 for the no fee for life IRA. So call the Patriot Gold Group and ask for the no fee for life IRA. In 2009, Barack Obama, as president, appointed Hillary Clinton as his Secretary of State. And immediately the began scheming for how they could use this to make more money. Bill always felt that Hillary had been supporting the family while he was governor, and he was limited in the amount of money he could make then. And Hillary worked for both of them at the law firm. And Bill was very desirous of making more money and was egged on by Hillary. So what Hillary did was to set up a system where foreign countries and individuals throughout the world who needed favors from the State Department would invite Bill Clinton to give speeches for vast fees, often over $1 million for a speech. And in return, the State Department would do favors for these people, often wiring them to global conferences or getting permit approvals or all kinds of stuff like that. This basically corrupt relationship posed obviously a real danger to Clinton, because if it were ever outed, it would cripple and destroy Hillary's ambitions and Bill's reputation. So Hillary decided to send communications about this stuff, not over email, but over a private email server that she had installed in her home, which turned out to be illegal. As Secretary of State, her stuff all had to go through the official state system. But Hillary bypassed it, ignored that, and used stuff from her private server. As these emails came out and were discovered, it crippled Hillary's political career and undermined severely her chances of winning in 2016 when she ran for president. In the campaign against Trump in 2016, Hillary found herself falling behind, largely but slowed down by the email scandal. And to deal with that, she invented a narrative, which was that Vladimir Putin and the Kremlin were basically helping Trump get elected. This wasn't true. It was entirely a contrivance and invention of Hillary's campaign. In the campaign, in the debates with Trump, she stressed this theme again and again. And to prove how this was happening, Hillary's campaign hired a guy named Christopher Steele, who was a former British spy who had extensive contacts in the Kremlin, to fabricate a paper trail to make up the charge that Trump was being helped by Clinton. Hillary and the Clinton campaign pushed this narrative, and those efforts came to a climax after Trump was elected in 2016. Early in 2017, after Trump had been elected, there were panicked meetings throughout Washington as the Hillary and Obama administrations decided to do everything they could to stop Donald Trump from, in fact, taking office. Crucial to this effort was a meeting at the Obama White House in the closing days of the Obama presidency in early January 2017, before Trump took office. And Obama had to decide whether to include information about Trump's alleged collaboration with the Kremlin in the briefings that he gave President Trump before Trump took office. And this information was embodied in the president's daily intelligence report that was given to him by the CIA and the intelligence community. And in late December of 2016 and early January 2017, Director Comey and the head of the intelligence community, Brennan, included an analysis in the president's daily intelligence briefing about the alleged collaboration between Russia and Trump, the collaboration that, remember, never took place. Crucial in the proof of the so-called collaboration was a dossier funded by the Hillary campaign, prepared by a guy named Christopher Steele, who was a former British spy. And the dossier claimed to substantiate that Trump had had extensive meetings in Europe with Putin, and that together their administrations had crafted this idea of Russia intervening in the election. The dossier was totally phony. It alluded to a series of meetings in Prague that never took place. But CIA and the FBI still pushed the dossier as proof of Hillary's narrative. Based on the findings of this dossier, Brennan got an authorization to wiretap a member of the Trump administration, or incoming administration, and fabricated all kinds of evidence of Trump's collaboration with Russia. The FBI looked at the information that Comey wanted to include in the briefing that Brennan was going to give Obama, that Obama would then give Trump, and saw all kinds of stuff there that the collaboration never took place. And Brennan insisted that it be deleted and replaced with information that said there was collaboration and that they had proof of it in the Steele dossier. And then Brennan passed this information on to Obama, who in turn passed it on to Trump in the security briefings in January 2017, before Trump took office. This was all a lie. It was stuff that was totally fraudulent and put in there simply to try to frame the narrative of this so-called collusion. When Brennan was called to testify before Congress about this, he denied any of this and said that he had not altered the FBI accounts or done anything to hype the narrative of Russia collusion. Now it turns out from the releases from the CIA and the intelligence community that Comey and Brennan were both lying, and that in fact the mythical Russia collusion, which included lurid tales of prostitutes peeing on Donald Trump and his wanting that to be filmed, and this being part of the deal he cut with Russia, all of this made it into the intelligence briefing, was passed on to the president and passed on to the media as gospel, as verified. And as a result, all the media spent years tracking down this phony story. And the Trump and the old Trump administration, the old Obama administration, began dropping releases and hints and leaks to substantiate that this was all happening, whereas in fact it was in total contrivance. So that's the background of the story. And now the question is, who will be indicted as a result of this? Clearly, Comey and Brennan are on the hook because they lied to Congress about this under oath, and they can probably be indicted and convicted of perjury. The question is, did Obama or Hillary play a direct role in this? Obviously, Hillary invented the whole narrative about the collusion, but that wasn't under oath. And it's not clear that that would be the basis for indicting her. It's also not clear whether Obama said under oath any of this stuff and passed it on to the Trump White House. And on those technicalities will hinge the issue of whether Obama or Hillary could be indicted. The other issue is, of course, will Brennan or Comey, who probably will be indicted, plea bargain and implicate Hillary or Obama, and will that change the script? So I just want to bring you up to date on all of this because this is all going to be very important. Thanks for watching.